them turning the tide now, you would think. And as I say, the performance more than anything was exactly what he would have required.
Well, there's no stopping Stuart Pearce and Nottingham Forest at the minute. Unbeaten in League and Cup. His side led the early stages, of course, of the Championship promotion race at the weekend. And they visited a Spurs team still smarting from a surprise home defeat at the hands of West Brom on Sunday. Well, Mauricio Pochettino made 11 changes, including a debut for Michel Vorm, plus first home starts for Benjamin Stambouli and Federico Fazio. Stuart Pearce made 9 changes, with 19-year-old midfielder George Grant making his first senior start. Guy Mowbray was at White Hart Lane.
Paulinho away from Grant. Townsend. Paulinho. Nicely blocked. And then given away by Fox. Danny Fox switched off. Paulinho picked him off and then had his shirt tugged. Bentaleb dispossessed by Veldwijk. Osborne. Positive running. And he skips past Fazio as well. Vorm well beaten. Grant. McLaughlin. Almost across to Veldwijk. Another shot on goal, and Vorm's held that one to deny George Grant. First bit of real positivity shown by Nottingham Forest, and it's 20-year-old Ben Osborne bursting from midfield. Skipped past Fazio far too easily from a Tottenham point of view, and he had Vorm beaten, only to be denied by the frame. Townsend drifted in, but Danny Fox read the pass. And finds Grant, who finds Patterson. Look at Harding go. He's on the right wing now, the full-back. Grant. Caught by Davis, advantage Forest. Harding's cross. Veldwijk will jump for it. First Norton, then Townsend, now clear. Now we've got a cup tie on. Did Forest have anything here? Ball certainly comes down and lands on Andros Townsend's right arm. Did he control the ball with it? I think there was a shout there. Bentaleb to Paulinho. Really lively Capital One Cup tie now. Townsend! Andros Townsend given the time to get himself ready and fire. Davis. Fazio, room to advance into. Good shot! What a sizzler! Only one thing in his mind, saw that it opened up. That was some hit. Davis. Lennon. Bentaleb. Spurs starting to creep ever closer to that Spurs box, that Forest box rather, in towards Paulinho! Nice attempt. Little flick with the outside of the boot. Only just wide of De Vries' left-hand post. Up towards Veldwijk. He's done really well to knock that one down to McLaughlin. Veldwijk will keep it in with the pullback. What a chance! Forest have the goal! Jorge Grant has scored! His first Nottingham Forest start. And he was left alone in the Spurs penalty area to give the Championship leaders the lead. Lars Veldwijk has led the line brilliantly. Looked a lost cause, that. But the deflection was kind. He could have settled for the corner, but he kept the attack going. And what reward Forest got for it. Vertonghen on a charge. Townsend. Norton. That's a good cross. Paulinho can't convert it. One of the best balls into the box from a Spurs point of view we've seen all night. The Forest hierarchy just getting a little bit uncomfortable in their seats, thinking of what might be. There's a Premier League scalp there for their team to take tonight so far. Bentaleb surged into the penalty area. Good try! Oh, what a goal! Ryan Mason has levelled things up with an absolute blockbuster. Spurs 1, Forest 1. And if the young Forest midfielders have been catching the eye, how about this to announce yourself? Ryan Mason has had to be patient, 23 years old, out on loan season after season, now on in a Spurs shirt for only his 5th senior appearance. What a way to score your first goal. Boot was raised high. Harry Kane draws the foul from Lascelles. Spurs free kick. What a position. Townsend or Vertonghen are the two main candidates. It is Townsend. Oh, De Vries was helpless. Fazio. And that will be much more straightforward for the Forest keeper, who was watching like the rest of us as that smashed against the bar. That's a terrific effort. Look at Harding, head down. He didn't want to get anything in the way of that. Townsend. Soldado! Flag stays down, ball goes in, and Roberto Soldado has given Spurs the lead. The deflection enough to take the ball away from Doris De Vries. Let's see where he was when it was first struck by Townsend. Oh, he's onside, all right. Don't think there's any danger here from Andros Townsend. That's going wide. But Soldado pokes out a toe and makes it Tottenham Hotspur 2, Nottingham Forest 1. Mason to Lamela, expertly controlled. Lamella's got it through to Harry Kane. And Kane has got it through De Vries, and that will wrap it up for Tottenham Hotspur. Had to work for this, but they've ended a run of 4 games without a win by coming from behind to beat Nottingham Forest. Lamela on, cleverly disguised ball. He was looking the other way as he flicked it through to Kane. But with Mason having scored, Lamela now sets one up for Kane to do the same. Tesha. It's won by Mason. Lamela. Can it be 4? Lamela off the outside of the post. He's going to be a big player for Tottenham Hotspur this season.
Difficult game because Nottingham Forest have a very good team and was unbeaten until tonight, and was hard in the second half when they scored. But the reaction was a great reaction. Our supporter, when the result was against us 1-0 down, support us, encourage us, and this is only thank you and congratulations to the play, because in the end 3-1 was a great result.
I'm not afraid to put young players in the team if I think they're showing me in training that they're ready for a first team start, and I think the likes of Osborne and Patterson and Grant, to name but a couple, took their opportunity fantastically well tonight.
So Tottenham through then to the last 16, but I tell you what, for the best part of an hour, Forest made life very difficult for them, didn't they?
They did. I mean, they didn't help themselves, I hasten to add. I mean, there was an awful lot of balls that were either passed backwards or sideways. There's no real tempo in the game, and for that, Forest were comfortable. And as you say, they took the lead, and you're thinking, hold on a minute, this could be another difficult night for Spurs.
Yeah, Ben Osborne looks a real talent. In fact, he's come from the Forest Academy, and as it happens, it was 2 homegrown subs for Tottenham that turned it around when they came on, just after the hour mark.
Very much so. Mason, all of a sudden they started to pass the ball forward, look forward, be certainly more positive in their play. Then they upped the tempo. And he just played between the lines. He was that link.
Was better, wasn't
it? I mean, he was the link between the front players, and he was always available just to give that extra pass to open things up and get things going. And I think as well, Soldado benefited from Kane coming up, playing up front with him as well, because clearly that role, playing up on his own, just doesn't suit him. Good finish here from Kane. Good run in behind. It's a lovely ball from Lamela. Don't watch the eyes, and it's a nice finish as well. So they were the difference. They just gave them that impetus, and it sort of filtered through the side, because all of a sudden, they were after Forest. They didn't let them settle, and there was much more of a pace to the game.
Harry Kane there with that second goal. And have they given Pochettino something to think about ahead of what is a massive game at the weekend, of course, against Arsenal in the derby?
Yeah, I mean, those two have given Pochettino something to think about in a good way. Unfortunately, the other 9 have given him something to think about maybe in a negative way. But no, they've certainly stated their case, and that's what these games are for, to come on and make an impact, and those two certainly did that.
Incredibly as well, actually, just looking at it, Joe Mason, it was his first goal 6 years after making his debut for Tottenham. He's had to be very patient to get his...
well, he's been here, there, and everywhere, hasn't he? I think 6 or 7 different loans. So, he's plied his trade, and all of a sudden now, you're thinking, is he ready now to make an impression?
Yeah, but for Forest, plenty to build on, of course. Talk about the youngsters there with Ben Osborne and George Grant, of course, who did score the goal for Forest. Now, there were 4 more ties played this evening. Our roundup starts at the Etihad as cup holders